Hi, let us discuss about how to interface a DC motor with 8051 microcontroller. So DC motor, it's one of the type of motor that we use in our daily life, particularly electronic DC motor, which offers very less power and to operate miniature devices. And I don't know how many of you have seen that. Probably this type of DC motor you might have seen for your projects or for many other applications. Okay, so this type of DC motors are being used in tape recorder and also in in CD drivers and in many other places. You use this type of DC motor. Okay, and so basic operation of the DC motor is it's a constant motor, the constant speed motor, and you can rotate in any direction, and also you can operate the motor in different speeds. And in order to rotate the motor, we have to apply the power supply, and probably from 5 volt to 12 volt need to be applied. Depends on the DC motor. Then, if it is a positive is given to the positive terminal of the armature, and in minus is given to the and negative of the armature, then the motor will rotate in clockwise direction. And if it is reversed, then the motor will rotate in a anti-clockwise direction. That's a simple principle that we follow here to rotate the DC motor in clockwise direction and in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, but how to do this every time with changing the polarity in the applications? Okay, that's quite difficult. So what we can do here is, um, as an intermediary between the DC motor and the uh, 8051 microcontroller, what we can use here is called an H bridge. Okay, H bridge is basically an electronic circuit that changes the polarity to the load. Okay, so by changing the voltage, the polarity of the voltage applied to a load, we can achieve the direction of rotation. So this is basically a kind of circuit that is used in robotics applications, and also in DC motors to run the motor in forward direction or in the backward direction. The basic construction of the H bridge is it consists of four switches, and here in the middle, motor is connected here. Switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and switch 4. Like this, the motors are connected here in the middle. Depends on the switch press, the plus and minus signal will be applied to the armatures or the of the machines. Then based on that, the signal will be produced. The motor will rotate either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. Now, in the given condition where no switches are pressed here, so then the motor will not be rotating. Motor will be in standstill condition. Okay. So then, how to configure the motor to rotate in clockwise direction? We have a different configurations. So all that we are going to do is just we are going to enable these switches. So when switch 1 and switch 4 are on, then the polarity will be given from the positive to this terminal of the motor, and the negative will be connected here. This completes the total circuit. So when switch 1 and switch 4 is closed, while switch 2 and switch 3 are off, the motor will rotate in clockwise direction. Okay, then for anti-clockwise direction, very good. It's going to be reversed. So switch 2 and switch 3 are closed, while switch 1 and switch 4 are off. Then we can enable the anti-clockwise direction. So what's happening when you operate different switches? Now polarity is also going to be changed here. So you can see that the circuit is going to have the closed circuit from the right hand side, from positive signal to the ground here. So that will help us to enable to rotate the motor in anti-clockwise direction, isn't it? And also we need to be very careful about another important configuration which is invalid throughout the applications, that is closing all the switches. Closing all the switches will cause a short circuit to the motor, and that will repair the motor, or the motor will get damaged. Okay, so ensure that either you are rotating the motor in a clockwise direction or in a anti-clockwise direction, not by pressing all the switches on at a time. Okay, let's see how to write a simple program here to use a H bridge for counter for rotating the motor in clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction. So remember that there is a switch connected to the pin P2.7. Based on the condition of the switch, the motor is going to be rotated in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, if it is off, the switch is off, the motor will rotate in clockwise direction. Which is on, the motor will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So first let us see a simple assembly language how to do it. So what you have to know here is, first you should know about your H bridge. Should know about your H bridge. Okay. So initially what we'll do, we keep all the switches off, isn't it? S1, S2, S3, S4 off. So org main program clear P1.0, P1.1, P1.2, P1.3. Okay, all are on. Then to receive the input through the switch, we configure the seventh bit of P2 as an input by writing the one into the latches, one into the corresponding latch. Okay, next what we have to do, we monitor the switch condition. So we monitor switch condition by using JNB instruction. Got it? If the switch is not pressed, then it goes to the clockwise address, isn't it? So in the clockwise address, isn't it? In the clockwise, we are going to operate the switches. So here you understand this. Switch 2 is connected to P1.0. Switch 1 is connected to P1.1. Then P2.3 and P2.4 will be having. So P1.0, P1.2 and P1.3. So this is connected to P1.0, P1.1, P1.2 and P1.3. Okay. Now what are the switches need to be on now? Switch 1 and switch 4. Switch 1 is what actually? It is P1.1, isn't it? P1.1. Then what the other switch we have to on? P1.2, isn't it? P1.2. Then this switch should be off. P1.3 is off. That's for a clockwise direction. Then back to the monitor. Monitor here you're going to monitor the condition. If it is 1, if it is 1, that means the condition is not satisfied. Then what do you have to do? Then we have to rotate the motor in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction means these two switches, cross switches, need to be um, closed, isn't it? So this is P1.0 and this is P1.3. So these two switches need to be set now. Okay. So what we will do? P1.0 is closed. Then P1.1 is off. Then P1.2 is off. Then P1.3 is on. Got it? After doing this, so when you do like this, the motor will get the necessary polarities and it will rotate the motor in anti-clockwise direction. Again, what do? We go back to the switch condition. We continue to monitor whether the switch is 1 or 0. So by doing like this, by using a simple H bridge, we can easily control the rotation of the motor, the direction of the motor rotation, either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Then also what we can do, see the H bridge also cannot be operated straight away from the microcontroller. Then what we have to do, we have to use another intermediary circuit called L293 driver. L293 driver. Using L293 driver, we can control the, we can enable the H bridge operation for the microcontroller. So this is how it's connected here. You have a microcontroller here, then you have an opto isolator, Then you have a driver. This driver is exclusively for the motor and the H bridge. Okay. So here, if you look into it, opto isolator, it separates the motor circuit and the microcontroller circuit. Okay. So as it separates, we can do the applications easily. And also you can see that through the microcontroller, we are just sending three signals. So one is for enabling the drivers and opto isolators. Then other one is as a polarity to enable or to control the switches of the H bridge. So 1 and 0 means the cross switches D1 and D4 will be closed, and if it is 0 and 1 for P1.1 and P1.2 respectively, then these two switches will close while other two switches will be off. That's the basic condition that is followed here. Okay, so now let us see that how to write a simple program for this. org000h, then main program. In the main program, we uh, initially we clear all the ports P1.0, P1.1, P1.2. P1.0 is for what? For enabling. P1.1 is for controlling the H bridge switches. Okay. P1.2 is also for controlling the H bridge switches. Okay. Then we use the switch as an input to microcontroller. Based on its condition, we will decide whether to go for a clockwise direction or for a anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Then what you have to do, we continue to monitor. Monitor the switch. Okay. So before that, we enable the the opto isolator and the driver circuit. After doing this, we can check the condition of the pin 7 of P2. Then if it is 0, then we go for a clockwise rotation. In clockwise rotation, what we have to do? We have to send 1 and 0 appropriately, isn't it? So what we will do? We apply 1 through port 1.1, that is P1.1, then 0 through P1.2 by using set B and clear respectively. Again, we come back to the monitor statement. Again, in the monitor address, what we'll do? We enable it and also we monitor the switch. If the switch is equal to 1, then it will be an anti-clockwise. And anti-clockwise, what we have to do? It's a reverse now. P1.0, we have to send 0, and P1.2 we have to send 1. Got it? So like this we can easily control the operation of the DC motor direction of rotation, particularly by using the H and its associated driver. Okay. Now let us see the C program related to it. Okay. How to write a C program? It's as simple as the same thing that we are going to use here. Okay, as simple as controlling the switches only. Okay. So what is that? Hash include reg51.h. Hash include reg51.h is going to be the header file. Then we use a construct called SW. That is basically to represent P2.7. P2.7 is called SW, and this is the switch we are going to monitor. Then enable pin is called as P1.0. So that is going to be an enable for us. Then P1.1 we call it as a motor 1 terminal, and P1.2 is called as motor 2nd terminal. Okay, like this by using SBIT constructed, we named the pins for our convenience. Next, we start with the void main. In a void main, what do? We check the condition, and based on that we will decide. First we will configure this pin to be an input. Okay, so that is P2.7 is configured as an input. Then enable is initially set to 0. So after motor also, it is 1 and 1 motor first terminal, second terminal also it is set to 0. So the motor is off now totally, it is standstill. None of the H bridge switches are closed here. Then what we'll do, we check with the conditions inside the while loop to do it continuously. So what we'll do here, we'll check the, we'll first enable it. So enable is set to 1 here. Then we check for the switch condition. If switch is equal to 1, then it should be anti-clockwise, isn't it? So if it is anti-clockwise means, then we should give P1.10, P1.12. Sorry, P1.2, 1 we have to give, isn't it? So 0 and 1 is given here respectively to 1 and 2 of port 1 bits. Else indicates that the switch is off, then it's going to be a clockwise rotation. In clockwise rotation, motor 0 is equal to 1 and motor 1 is equal to that first second terminal is equal to 0. Understand? So this is the closing bracket for this and for while loop and also for a main program. Understand? So by using this H bridge, we can control the motor directly, but thing is practically we cannot do it, so we use an driver in between. So to decouple and to couple it in a necessary times, we have an opto isolator which will enable us to operate two different circuits on a same circuit boards easily. Okay, thanks for watching.